How much of our lives does a global criminal underworld control? That's a scary question. That's exactly what National Geographic's show Trafficked aimed to find out. Earlier, we talked with host Mariana Van Zeller all about it. Take a look. It's very interesting.
Mariana Van Zeller, thank you for joining us. Now, what was it about the criminal underworld that made you want to do a second season of Trafficked?
It's an understanding that these black and gray markets actually make up for almost half of our global economy, and yet we know so little about them. They have a direct impact on our daily lives, whether we know it or not. And again, we know close to nothing about them. So I think I've always been curious about these worlds, and really gaining access into the deepest and darkest corners of our world is the whole premise of this show.
I'm so into this.
Well, I am too. And here's, I'm going to speak for the audience here. You get up close and personal with the criminals in real life situations. How do you convince them to get on camera?
Yeah.
It seems like that would be counterintuitive to what they're trying to do.
It takes months, sometimes even years, to convince people to talk to us. I say that for every yes that we get, for every person that agrees, we get dozens, sometimes even hundreds of people that say no first. So it's not easy, but I think at the end of the day, the reasons, it's a mix of ego, also impunity. A lot of these people operate in worlds where they really don't see a downside to talking to us.
Right.
And then I think it's a very human characteristic, just wanting to be understood and wanting to share their stories. I think one of the things that we make very clear from the beginning is that I'm not there to judge. I'm
Right.
there with empathy. I'm there to listen and to understand them. And I think that goes a long way.
Do you work with the cartel?
I'm actually not there.
Now, this is the coolest part. I mean, not the coolest, but I think you sometimes wear a hidden camera in your investigations. Do you go into those situations with an escape plan? Like, do you have a code word? Bananas, someone come in and get me.
Why would that be the code word?
Because
that would be the most obvious code word she could yell.
Bananas.
I'm not going to tell you what the code word is, but we have
It's
one.
not bananas.
You know, yeah, I mean, we do film some stuff with secret cameras, for sure, and it's only sort of last resort when we really do not get access to certain areas that we think are important to see. But more often than not, we actually, spend, again, months and months trying to convince people to let us into their worlds.
That makes sense.
And that is often actually, sometimes the most dangerous situations we have been in situations where we have gotten full permission, but something just doesn't work or is not going right. We were in Mexico in Sinaloa doing one of the episodes for the season about, actually for season 1, it was about gun trafficking, and the military, the Mexican Marines showed up, and that was a very scary moment where there could have been a shootout at any moment, and that happens. Unexpected moments happen more often than not.
So do you have that gene in you where you like to bungee jump? Do you have that adrenaline thing? Because you constantly are putting yourself, no, you don't have that.
People think I'm an adrenaline junkie,
Right.
and I'm not at all. I don't do it for adrenaline. In fact, it doesn't give me much. I don't get an adrenaline out of it. What I am guided by is enormous curiosity about the world. I think that in a fight between curiosity and fear, in my mind, curiosity always wins. And if there's a world out there that is secretive, that no one has seen before, or that you're not supposed to go into, that's the place where I want to go, just because I'm incredibly curious about it.
Wow.
And it turns out that what I'm incredibly curious about, these hidden worlds, are actually have an impact on our lives. So they're also very important to shine a light on.
Mariana, thank you so much for chatting with us. Don't forget to watch the second season of Trafficked, out now on National Geographic, one of my absolute favorite channels. Thank you so much for taking your time and the great work that you do. We'll
Keep
be right
it up.
back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay curious, my love.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.